Hi, and welcome to Reset by Preeti Chandra. We have various guests from different fields, different age groups, men and women, who are going through different experiences in their life, and they share their victories and all whatever they've gone through with us. With these experiences, I hope you guys learn and are encouraged to face all your challenges in your life. Today, I have a very special guest. She is a pioneer in her field. She's a top gynecologist for the last 50 years. She's a grandmother, and she happens to be related to me. She's my mother-in-law. Her name is Dr. Pushpa Chandra. And with no further delay, I'd like to introduce you to Dr. Pushpa Chandra so she can share all her words of wisdom with all of us. Hi, Dr. Pushpa. How are you?
Thank you, Preeti. It's so nice to be here with you for a different cause.
Absolutely. Now, listen, she's not here because I'm related to her, and we're going to discuss her grandchildren, or how less we call her. But she has a lot of knowledge to offer us. I mean, I remember, even though both my children were not born here, every class they went to, right from nursery, when they started studying in India, most of the teachers' children were delivered in your clinic, isn't it?
Yeah, that is very interesting because I had my nursing home for more than 30 years.
Yeah.
So exclusively it was my own. So many people used to come and deliver. And I have seen the transition in behavior of people as patients and otherwise. And of course in the field.
So tell me something. Like, see, today I'm going to call you Dr. Pushpa Chandra today. How more?
Okay.
Because because that's why you're here today. And tell me a little bit about your journey, in the sense that when did you pass out from AIIMS, and what made you decide? Did you always know that you wanted to be a doctor?
For some reason, right from the childhood, I had fascination that I want to become a doctor.
Right.
So, and my father was an engineer, and he used to be transferred here and there. But I stuck to living in Delhi to be in a place where there was biology as a subject.
Okay.
And that was just the time when, partition had taken place. So we were never feeling that we are settled.
Right.
But I stayed on
In Delhi.
In Delhi with my uncle or our own home.
But tell me something. Did you come from a family where they were very encouraging of girls studying?
Yeah, that is very, very interesting. From whole family.
Yeah.
Plus relations, I saw that they were very interested that all the girls should study. We were 5 sisters, and they should.
5 sisters, and you have a brother. Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
So, but they always encourage us to
Right.
study and go in for higher studies.
So there were 6 of you,
Yeah,
and of course you
I was the eldest.
were the eldest and the smartest, I would say, because
No,
you
no,
became
no.
the most famous.
No,
And I'm not being biased. She's my mother. No, I can't be biased. So the thing is that, what about the rest of the sisters? Did they study or?
No, they all studied. One is PhD. But 2 sisters went in for PhD, and other also, they did some professional studies also. And my brother is an engineer.
Okay.
So encouragement came from my
Your family.
parents. Huh.
Okay.
And luckily later when I got married, even my other side of family, they came from smaller towns, but then my in-laws were very, very that all the girls should study.
Very
So all was
positive about that.
Yeah.
But tell me something. So you had an arranged marriage, obviously, in those days, and somebody who's studying in medical college, you never had time for romance, right?
Now things are changing. I see it's so much change. Yes,
But
yes.
you had an arranged marriage. Did you
Yeah,
even see him before you said yes?
Yeah, I met him just once. That's all.
And then you agreed, and you were studying you were in medical school.
Yeah, I was halfway in the sense I had finished my graduation, but I was because we had to do house job and all. And I wanted to do post-graduation, but the marriage came in between.
Marriage came in between, mine, your parents told you.
Because they
That
said,
we've taken your decision into consideration. Now you have to
Yeah, because you see, for post-graduation, it is a long studies.
Acha.
So they said, first you get married, they बाद में जो भी करना करो. So I got married.
How old were you when you got married?
At 26 years.
Okay, so I have a question. What is that one question you asked him the first time you met? What made you decide, okay, TK, is he the only guy you met? I mean, just
Yes, only
one you saw and you said, chalo,
yeah,
let's in this box and get married together.
His educational background was very good.
Acha.
And
He was an engineer, if I'm...
Yeah, he was an engineer.
Yeah.
So he had just come from UK after his postgraduate studies. And he was open to the fact that I'll study again.
Okay, so that was the key.
Yeah, that was very, very important.
Right.
And surprisingly, after marriage, I got my first child.
Yeah.
And then later, after he was born, I started studying again.
Yeah.
And because the second had to come,
hence the my life.
Delays, because I had to do, have baby before I got. So I was halfway, not really halfway, 90% pregnant when I started studying for my post-graduation.
Okay.
So, and post-graduation in AIMS and all was quite tough. Duties were very, very tough.
So then how did you manage with at those days, we are spoiled.
We are
not so spoiled.
And it was very difficult. And surprisingly, my husband could never see anyone having even injection. So he used to come and pick me up and leave me in the hospital. It was a terrible experience for him, but he was always very, very cooperative.
No, pictures for your checkups, for your pregnancy?
No, for my studies.
Oh, you mean you used to want to run Milo Dur?
Because you see the hospital and the house.
So many injuries and all you see over there. Yeah.
It was tough. And sometimes I used to feel, why did I think about this?
Profession?
Going in for post-graduation. But then they said, then the question of ego came, that everyone said it is going to be tough, so don't do it. So because of that, I had to complete. And I finished my MD, and then my second child was born.
Okay, so
72.
Then when you were qualified, and then
I post-graduation. Yeah. So gynecological field is very tough.
It's a tough field.
Yeah. It is a tough.
Right.
Because it could be a normal event is also emergency.
Right.
So you have to be alert all the time.
Yeah, it's someone's life you're playing with. You're always playing a doctor.
Everyone gets used to.
Right.
The family gets used to in-laws and but then I adjust.
So tell me something. Was it so it was quite a challenge.
It was a challenge.
Did you sometimes feel that you were not the typical mother growing when the children were growing up, or because I'll tell you something, because when my children were born and I was so busy working, and we were not in the same country as you people. We were living separately. We were in America. At that time, I just felt that I was so busy running around that sometimes, I was not always there to drop the child to school.
Yeah.
I was not the typical mother. So did you ever feel it in those days?
See, that way I was very, very lucky that I had in-laws and my parents nearby, available.
Acha, okay.
So that thing was taken care of. They were very loving to my children.
Yeah.
So there was no distress of that sort.
There was nothing like that.
And in fact, whenever I traveled anywhere, they used to pitch in. And we were lucky to have good domestic staff also.
Okay.
Even at that time.
So, yeah,
that was very nice that we had good support system at home. Not only the domestic help, but in-law side and parent side.
Okay. So tell me something. So my next question to you is that, you've been practicing for the last 50 odd years. And how is the attitude of people towards, you know, a lady doctor? You're always treated like a god. Were you always treated like a god then too?
Yeah, it is true. There was a time, even in the nursing home, I used to find patients would come with mother-in-law, with ghungat and all. That was the time. So, but then they used to come and say कि डॉक्टर साहब आपको जो करना है जो ठीक करना है लगे वो करो.
Trust.
Nowadays they say Google में ये लिखा हुआ है. My friends said that. So they take umpteen number of opinions and they come. So that trust level is not there.
Not anymore?
Not anymore.
Okay.
Not anymore. And in the past, I had seen those times because it was my own small nursing home. So I used to see and was very close with the patients and their families.
Correct.
So I'll tell you something very interesting. Very rich people used to come, rich mother-in-law and all. Whenever a lady came in labor, they'll bring badam and things like that for them. So once the daughter is born, everyone used to disappear.
As if it is some tragedy.
It is really, it used to be so disgraceful sometimes.
Yeah, I know.
And if it is a boy, then even if it is middle of the night, so many people will
Come and congratulate them.
at that time. So I have seen that.
part.
It happens, but not now. It is not so much. But I have seen these close
Educated
people, educated,
well off,
well-
doing the same. That's really
and
sad.
religious and things like that, differentiating right from the beginning.
So being obsessed with having that boy child.
Boy child was always a
Yeah.
very big point.
It's very sad.
Yeah.
And I think even because I remember you mentioning this to me at some point that, you know, I had entered your clinic, I had entered her clinic at one point and there was these very sad faces. It's because there was a girl who was born.
Yeah.
And you were quite disappointed with their behavior, you know, and you scolded them also.
Yeah, and then I had seen some girls retaliate because I remember one patient was being brought out from the OT, having second daughter. She fought with her mother-in-law. She says, "बेटी कर बेटा चाहिए तो फिर आप करना, मैं नहीं करूँगी." I mean, I have heard these spontaneous expressions.
That's a nice thing, you know.
That is, huh?
You know, it's...
Now the things are changing.
But I'll tell you something, this thought process really exists because even though you have a very modern way of thinking and you're like accepting of everything, when I had my first child, that is Trisha, my daughter, someone in the family only, in that party, one of the parties we had for her, I think, said, "It doesn't matter, kuch nahi hota, agli baar ho jayega." And I looked at their face very puzzled because I came from a family where we were two sisters.
Yeah.
And my parents were very proud that they were two girls and that was enough for them. So, but there's a huge segment and I guess that was a business family person who said that to me. So I felt, you know, maybe I put it on their lack of, I wouldn't say education because a lot of people are educated these days.
Preeti, that is the reason why people way back used to go for sex determination.
That's why.
That was the time we used to dissuade. And you know, patient used to come back कि आपको क्या पता, आपके तो दो बेटे हैं, इसीलिए आपको पता नहीं है.
Correct.
So, you know, they used to say, and I knew some ladies, when they went back with girls,
Right.
they were totally ill-treated and mistreated.
Sad. That's
So it was very...
Yeah.
And even very, very religious people, then I used to really fight with them.
Yeah.
That's why government had to take this step and ban this sex determination. But still, I know people used to go even out of country to have the sex determination.
So,
And some people do it. I mean, though it is not legal,
right.
illegal way, they do.
I also heard of people who specifically had an in vitro fertilization thing done where they wanted a male child.
Yeah.
To make sure, you know, that also took place.
See, IVF and all came later, much later. There, people used to think it is totally, infertility you treat and make them pregnant.
Right.
Okay, but then selective sex determination and selective having IVF by selecting the cell, that's not very
But I
good
guess,
thing.
I think, at least in that way, I think we've come a long way now.
Yeah.
I mean,
And now over the years I have seen, and in our field there is a lot of change has taken place. In the past, we didn't have so many facilities, no ultrasound, no many investigations. Now we have ultrasounds and we are able to, they are not done for sex determination.
Right.
They are done to see if the child is normal.
Right.
So normal physically
Right.
and mentally also.
Right.
So we run through so many tests. That's why it is becoming expensive, but it is possible.
Okay.
Those families here where they have one child who's problem baby, then they realize. Otherwise, people say, why in my last pregnancy, when I came for pregnancy, you didn't do all these tests. I said that time facilities were not available.
Now they are there.
Now they are there. That's why we are doing. So then we are able to ensure that a child is normal.
So you mean in those days it also happened that someone would have a baby and unfortunately one in or some many child would not have everything which is normal.
Absolutely, we have witnessed those things.
And what happens with parents most?
No, it used to be then blame game used to start. But then that is not a thing. At that time we could diagnose.
Correct, right.
Now correct diagnosis of any anomaly.
But you see a lot of parents abandoning those children?
Yeah. They abandon means they don't even look after.
They have a maid servant or somebody look after the child.
No, there are various type of people. Some are very, very supportive. They give lot of love and affection. I know of families where baby is not up to the mark. They devote so much time and learn. Nowadays they learn.
Yeah.
Why my child is autistic or whatever. And they read about it, and I'm thankful to them that we also learn how to tackle these situations. So that next person who comes with that. And now some anomalies are correctable even before that.
Stage? Oh, that's interesting to know.
That's why now other super specialties have come up.
Like, for example?
You see, now there are some tumors, some urinary problems, which if diagnosed in utero, they can be corrected. Because there are fetal genetic surgeons who can do that.
Otherwise, uncorrected, unchecked, it can be certain anomalies in the child.
Yeah.
Okay. So
you can take care of those immediately afterwards also. During antenatal period, if we know some defect, some are correctable. Then the choice is given to the parents. We tell them to go to the genetic person or surgeon, neonatologist, that if we can correct it now or as soon as the baby is born.
What if the parent decides that they don't want to go through that?
They are prepared for it.
But is there something by law that you cannot abort a fetus? Certain, how many weeks is that?
See, that is another history together.
Yeah, I know.
Because termination of pregnancy, it's okay. And up to 12 weeks, it is okay. But subsequently, if we have found, because some anomalies are identified little later.
Okay.
So you have to have a lot of legal implications about that.
Right.
You have to have consent by 3 doctors.
Okay.
And
who can also be held liable.
Yeah. And then discussion with the people come lot after preparations with Google studies.
I see.
That my child probably will have this. Then what can we do? So it is their decision. It was very different in the past. I remember mother-in-law or someone senior will say कि खत्म करो
बच्चे को.
हाँ, पर तब thoda sa easy bhi hota tha, we could do it. But now we are bound by legal.
What are the legal implications?
Oh, lot of. No, Preeti, it's 22. Or see, now we have lot of problems. Pregnancy after rape and all. Their law is little different.
Oh, shukar karo.
हाँ. पर इतना भी नहीं आसान.
वही तो
उसमें भी. So there is a lot of debate, age of the patient, because we have seen. We had seen. I mean, way back. Many times rape is domestic affair.
Yeah, that's the thing I wanted to talk to you about. That the awareness, see, over the years, conversation about sex, the conversation about a girl getting sexually active, a period starting, is something which was just hush-hush.
Yeah.
People did not talk about this in their homes. And
this is what, see, I have had patients. I mean, my mother bringing a child, she is 12, 14 years old, and full of pregnancy.
You told me
Can
this,
you?
I remember.
So,
it's really, it took me by surprise.
We couldn't believe. But I have seen this in my professional life also. Then we were able to give that child for adoption. We had to call the adoption agency, and that was done. So, now that...
I mean, in those days, when this happened, she might have been molested by someone within the family.
That is the commonest thing.
Which is so common.
Commonest thing. Friend or family.
But this is something I really want to bring to the attention of all viewers. That children should be very educated on their sexual parts and their boundaries and their rights.
Yeah.
Because they're vulnerable.
And they... see magazines and all. So
but it is the adult who's doing this. It could be anybody. It could be any male member of the family.
We had seen, and now so awareness about
it's very important.
Those things are very, and as clinician, I think it is our duty to. This is social obligation for us professionals.
Something which you told me, at least during my time when I was younger. And, I remember meeting you when I was, say, 20 or maybe 19. And at that time, when we had this discussion, I had remembered there were a lot of friends of mine who had been molested by their uncles or some cousin, or they were too embarrassed to discuss it openly. They were just embarrassed.
Family will hide that fact.
Yeah.
क्योंकि वो नाम खराब होता है. So that's very, very, and mother is not aware, because I have seen that.
Right.
That mother is not aware, that they just think that my child is becoming a plum. So they won't even, and the girl of course will never utter, because she was not even aware of the thing.
Yeah.
So sex education should be there.
Yes.
From school. And if mothers, they bring the child, we must tell them.
Yeah.
And these days, things have changed so much.
Right.
Many girls are going out, and also, instead of giving them wrong information, we should give them sex education.
Like, for example, I mean, to tell you the truth, when I got married, when I was 20, at that time, going to a gynecologist was not heard of.
Yeah.
Tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Because kiske liye ja rahe ho? I mean, koi problem nahi hai. You're not even sexually active, supposedly. So what are you going to a gynecologist for? But now, things
but luckily, schools also, there is a little bit of impartation. No.
I went to a co-ed at that time.
So, I mean, I think schools should have program for sex education.
Right.
And other thing which I see as a gynecologist, we know, and everyone knows these days, there are so many diseases everyone is scared of.
Yes.
Breast cancer. They are frightened about name cancer.
Yeah.
But we must tell them, mothers bring the child. I mean, we tell them that since you are always thinking, oh, मेरे को तो नहीं हो जाएगा cancer, you just know that there is a screening program, there is a vaccination.
But you mean for the mothers or for the daughters?
No, for the daughters also. Because some vaccines which were not heard of even that time. there are cervical cancer vaccines.
Absolutely.
So we must make them aware. Because
So basically, see, now we're moving on to young teenagers, of course, these young girls. Number one, you see, sexual awareness should happen at a younger age.
Yeah.
The children are not molested. And now I think it started, the government has a lot of programs.
Yeah.
They have these visual drawings,
Yes.
bad touch, good touch, which is a good thing. But I think it should be a little bit more proactive. Second thing I felt also, we spoke about unprotected sex.
yes,
You're saying, because see, termination of a pregnancy is such a big deal.
absolutely.
And it's too much trauma. Even if you're raped, apparently there's a big deal to terminate the pregnancy. So,
If a girl is raped, some people say कि she should die because she was raped. I mean, it is not her fault.
आपके
But-
पास आते हैं ऐसे
हाँ,
आते हैं case.
और वो स्टोरीज भी तो बहुत सुनते हैं ना. तो those things are there. So we have to educate the parents also. कि अगर रेप हुआ है तो you have to protect and get proper clarification.
Because even now, people are not marrying at 20.
हाँ.
So if they are sexually active, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just that.
I will explain to them about
Yes.
contraception.
Yes.
And these days, you see, the life has changed. Colleges and people are going abroad or live-in relationship. All those, we have to make them aware about these things, not so that they don't end up with bad diseases or abortion situation. Regulation anywhere. So even supposing because patients come that now they call me auntie, I was born in your nursing home. मेरे को ना pregnancy है. अच्छा, not married. And then मेरी friend ने एक tablet ली थी chemist से. So that's a very the termination के लिए tablet होती है.
It's called something.
नहीं, बहुत सारे कुछ है. If we tell them contraception properly and make them aware that these things are possible, ठीक है, we can't just preach them that don't have sex before marriage and all. वो दिन गए. But we have to tell them, give them protection. That okay, you use, these are options of contraception.
Correct.
Because unfortunately, you ask them today, are you using any contraception method? They said no. Because they think only pill is the method.
Achha.
But we have to explain them. We have to know about their history, their background.
Right.
Then suggest what is
the
better contraception method
Correct,
for you.
correct.
So education
Is so
about that
important,
is also very important.
Yeah. And then the other day we were just discussing that, another problem, I think a lot of youngsters these days young girls are facing PCOD.
Oh, yes.
What is can you tell me just more about that?
Way back in the past, if any patient with PCOD used to come, they have multiple things there. Irregular periods, obesity, hair growth, and irregularity, lots of irregularities in the periods. So we have to, everyone who comes with PCOD may not have same reason.
Right.
So we have to see what is the type history-wise, and
Is it diet or genetic or
many
stress
things, many things. Then we hormone imbalances, thyroid,
But क्यों है? ज़्यादातर आपको क्या लग रहा है? On an average?
lifestyle change.
Oh, so basically it has something to do with the lifestyle change.
Absolutely. So now everyone, because lifestyle change is there and obesity is a lot there. So we have to first evaluate.
Okay.
Then same drug, because I remember once I had given medicine which is supposed to be for diabetes.
Right.
Okay. That is given in some of the PCOD girls.
Okay, it is.
So when she went,
Lost weight.
her father and grandfather rang up कि डॉक्टर साहब आपने तो उसको डायबिटीज की दवाई दे दी है.
अच्छा, उसने
ऐसे
Google में
कैसे हो
देखा
सकता?
होगा.
हाँ. So this type of thing, yes, these are used, but may not be used for each and every PCOD patient.
Okay, I got it.
So you have to analyze what is the problem with this child.
Right, but is it something which is curable with medicine?
Correctable.
It is correctable.
Because it has long term. If we don't correct it now, they may have, it will go on increasing.
So what are the signs of PCOD? I mean,
PCOD may irregular periods, obesity, and hair growth.
Okay.
And periods may just, and when we do investigations, they might have little cysts in the ovaries.
Okay. If they use
so
ultrasound.
Each one with just label of PCOD may
and by
not
what
have
age
something.
is something after your periods? Anytime. After your menstrual cycle, basically. Okay.
Because some girls, you know, when they start menses, it may be anything between 10 and 15 years. So too much variation, because I have seen girls having starting periods at 7 years. So
7 years,
there it is a gross hormonal problem. Because if we don't correct it at that time, it will affect their bone age and height and everything.
But tell me something, but when we were growing up, we didn't hear so much about this PCOD thing.
अभी भी तो हर एक को कोई भी पेशेंट आता है ना, मेरे को तो PCOD है. So then we go by that. कॉमन हो गया है, लाइफस्टाइल भी हमारा बहुत गड़बड़ हो गया.
Okay.
खाने का सब कुछ बहुत, तो अभी विलेजेस में भी है, बट बेचारे वो बोलते भी नहीं है. So our girls are, and वो बोलते मेरी फ्रेंड को भी है, उसको भी है.
So it's a very common term amongst young people nowadays.
Yeah.
And tell me one more thing. Like, I was very surprised the other day. I was speaking to somebody, and she had a young daughter, barely about 19, 20. And she was diagnosed with endometriosis.
Oh, yeah.
How come such a young, you know?
See, endometriosis is...
It's a backflow of the menstrual blood. How does it happen as such?
You see, we don't know exactly.
Right.
But the cells which should come, I mean, every menstrual cycle, they should come out as a in the menstrual flow. Some of them, they travel retrograde type.
Acha.
So they get deposited anywhere around the uterus, around the ovaries, or anywhere. I have seen in umbilical.
Right.
I have seen in the brain.
Brain?
So yeah. So it's very difficult to diagnose. So you have to have, or in the bladder area, wherever. So endometriosis is now increasing. Because awareness, otherwise, you know, patient ko, young girl, or period.
So that's very, very painful periods, heavy bleeding.
And then she takes leave from the school. We have to explore where are the implants of endometrium.
But वो कैसे पता चलता है?
नहीं, वो तो टेस्ट वगैरह करते हैं ना.
अच्छा.
Examination will give some clue. Then we do ultrasound.
Okay.
And we are able to do that. Then we can give them medication for that. And sometimes even surgery is required.
Okay. But, I mean, endometriosis medication is mainly stopping your periods, isn't it?
Try to stop the period or do something because you see later even their fertility is affected sometimes.
But then isn't
not
it
necessarily.
Something, I mean, see, because maybe it's a myth, or maybe it's because lack of education for me, because I'm not a gynecologist, that if someone has endometriosis at a young age, and I've heard of this, then it entails the pregnancy, the fertility later down the line. So does it affect your...
It may, because see, if it is affecting the fallopian tubes also, so it
you have
may...
to chop it off.
Chop off करना तो आसान नहीं होता है. We treat it in such a way or give them some medicines so that at least this girl conceives.
Achha.
And many times with extensive endometriosis, we have to tell them that you might need IVF.
Oh, okay, fine. Yeah, these days you have other options. That is a good thing.
Or those
correct. Yes.
IVF, because IVF में क्या करते हैं,
तो egg तो produce होता है.
हाँ, तो उसको पिकअप करते हैं. Even people with endometriosis, extensive endometriosis of ovaries, it is okay to give them medicine and try to bring ovulation. And picking up ova, then picking up sperm, then after embryo is made, you have to put it back in the uterus. So it is a little tougher thing. So success is not 100% guaranteed.
Just to break the conversation, you know, this is the normal conversation I used to have. This is what was normal. I mean, I was not even married. And I was made to accompany her on some wedding trip, I remember. And not only was I given a talk on contraception, I think it was the entire chair car who got a lecture from. She was talking so loudly about. I still remember that 100 years ago. No, but
तुम 100 year करके मेरे को और इतना नहीं old कर दो.
So that ages me also.
80 plus.
No, so the thing is, yes, you're right. Because
awareness is important.
But is there somewhere we can prevent it? See, lifestyle nothing. So that has nothing to do with your lifestyle.
Only detection, early detection is important.
Okay, so early detection even in endometriosis. So if you're suffering from, say, a heavy period or
painful, severe,
these things should be considered.
Yeah.
Okay, so ye nahi ki she's too young that she's can't have endometriosis. It is happening with younger girls also.
Yeah.
It's the awareness is much more now.
And some symptoms will vary where the endometriotic deposits are there in the body.
Okay.
So the symptoms are horrible if a girl comes to you that every month when I'm having periods, my urination is very, very painful.
Achha.
Or even passing stool is very, very.
Wow.
Then you think maybe she has those deposits near that area.
Okay. So I have another very, so I mean so we covered on this topic, and I have another question which I wanted to ask you. So often when we have our periods, we are told not to do the inversions. Is that something to do with the like blood flowing and then endometriosis?
No.
But because is it a myth or is it a fact?
That is, you see, if a person is having periods and doing very vigorous exercise, whatever you people पता नहीं क्या क्या मुश्किल से करते हो,
right?
It may enhance your problems.
Like what problems?
So नहीं, simple one. Even in pregnancy nowadays, they are told that you do exercises.
वो तो कर ही रहे
But पर advanced pregnancy में थोड़ी हो जो तुम वो लटकते हो पता नहीं.
इसमें बताओ inversion.
नहीं वो नहीं, उसकी वजह से नहीं होता.
अच्छा तो we can do.
हाँ, you can do as long as it is possible for you to do.
अच्छा. Because see, now this is something in fact I do aerial yoga and I have been telling everybody myself that no, during your periods you're not supposed to do the inversion because the blood will flow
नहीं
the opposite way. ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है.
ऐसा नहीं, not because of that.
So there is no
if you find it difficult to do तो नहीं करोगी.
Otherwise it's fine.
Otherwise it is okay.
Okay, so that's something which is very good that we've cleared up today. And so then now that we're talking about young people and we spoke about endometriosis, we spoke about cervical cancer and early
detection.
Vaccination it's called nowadays, you know.
Yeah. See, in the past, we always heard about cancer, breast cancer. Even your mother.
Yeah, my mother.
So, nowadays it is important that we make girls to be aware of breast cancer, and it's easy. Every month you assign a day that okay, after periods I'll palpate my own breasts, and if every month you are doing, you get used to. फिर किसी month में if you feel some doubt, you come to us.
But what does that have to do with your the injection?
नहीं, बता तो breast cancer तो can be detected by the patient.
अच्छा, this is where you're coming.
Then you do mammography, or they come to us sometimes that now I'm feeling so. We do the biopsy or so, or needle biopsy, which is very easy, or mammography, if at all. So that is about the breast. Cervical cancer is another entity which is very important, and it is one of the common cancers in women.
Okay.
Cervix is not that ये जो गर्दन वाली बात. Cervix is the mouth of uterus.
Yeah.
That is called cervix.
That's cervical.
So so the cancer of that area is also very, very common.
It's common, huh?
And fatal if that not diagnosed at the time. So nowadays it is so easy. You as a gynecologist, we examine the patient. We are able to see the cervix. If it is absolutely looking okay, fine. If not, you might have heard about pap smear. We just take the smear from that and get it tested. And we get to know if there are any cells which are becoming abnormal or they have potential to become abnormal. So we keep a track of that. We may take biopsy or do minor operative
but
procedure.
My main question was, what is that vaccination they're giving to young girls?
तो उसी के लिए
when they're 13, 14 only, it's now recommended.
वो recommended है from age 9
what is it
to
called?
16. HPV vaccine.
HPV vaccine.
Cervix है.
What happens
Gardasil
with that?
है.
What is the advantage?
See, cervix, cervical.
Should every young girl get it done?
Every young girl, and now we say boys also.
Boys, okay.
देखो cervix के जो cancer है ना, it's majorly HPV virus की वजह से है. So when these days when we are doing pap smear, we tell them that you do HPV virus also. So HPV virus or pap smear is now done simultaneously. We pay more and get it done. HPV, if positive, then we know it may subside after some time, but it may flourish later and cause, and it might take 10 years. So we are pre-warned. HPV plus pap smear will tell us.
But how does the vaccination help you?
तो vaccination is against HPV virus.
तो आपने अगर पहले से लिया होगा, it's like a chickenpox vaccination?
हाँ, vaccination, ordinary vaccination होता है. तो it is a latest thing. Latest means 10-15 years हो गए हैं.
Yeah, I remember you gave it to my daughter, and
so we.
But I also remember you gave to me also.
हाँ, तो the thing is कि we like to give it to girls from 9 years onwards.
Okay.
And since HPV virus come by sexual activity, so that's why now we say after boys को भी देना चाहिए HPV, उनको भी 9 years. इसीलिए many pediatricians they जैसे बच्चों को नहीं तुम लोग ले जाते थे,
but boys को देने के लिए to protect the women.
हाँ,
पर फिर कौन सा पेरेंट करेगा अपने बॉय को HPV?
नहीं वैक्सीनेशन तो दे दो ना, क्योंकि टुमारो दे आर सेक्सुअली एक्टिव, दे गेट मैरिड.
पेरेंट का ये सोच होगा कि माय सन इज नॉट गोइंग टू गेट इट, सो व्हाई शुड आई?
नहीं तो पर वो पार्टनर को तो दे सकता है ना.
अच्छा, फ्रॉम दैट पॉइंट.
तो इसीलिए.
बट देयर इज लैक ऑफ एजुकेशन इन दैट.
हाँ, तो थोड़ा सा वी have to educate them. But only problem is it is expensive. 3 doses used to be given. तो जैसे आज एक, फिर 2 महीने के बाद, फिर 6 महीने के बाद. So total 10,000 लगते हैं. तो over the years now government का भी बहुत change होता है. अब बोलते हैं कि if it is given from 9 to 15 years, give just 2 doses. And latest is that even 1 dose is enough. So now I have started not insisting ki do.
So I wanted to ask you another very important question, and a lot of we hear a lot about fibroids, cysts. Can that start at a younger age, or?
See, fibroid is generally a benign tumor of the uterus. It may start any time, anywhere in the uterus. So I have seen very young girls, 13-14 years also, having fibroids, but it is common in middle age. Or even later age. Now when a person comes, depends on her age and the symptoms, we decide whether she has a fibroid which is going to trouble her. So if she is just having extra bleeding or so, or pain, we try to analyze where is the fibroid.
Okay.
Initially, so we used to examine the patient and were able to say that yes, she has a fibroid. Nowadays, we have ultrasound facility. So we mapping of fibroid
and their
in the
sizes also.
uterus,
Correct, yes.
where it is.
Right.
And it will decide, I mean, we'll be able to judge that, okay, this fibroid is very near the fallopian tubes. So it might cause problems in fertility.
Correct.
But if a girl comes who is married and we identify her to be having fibroid, we'll first tell her that nature has a lot of strength.
My question to you is, who's prone to fibroids? Everybody?
Anyone can have.
So it's not lifestyle, nothing wrong with what you did.
Sometimes there is some thought about family history.
Achha, family
Fibroid,
history.
हाँ.
Okay.
For that matter, anything,
Right.
we ask for the family history.
No, family history ka matlab, because see, my mother had cancer, but that was breast cancer.
So that is not fibroid.
That's not nothing to do with the uterus. Okay. So if I have fibroids, that has nothing to do with
The child or so.
Okay. That also could be age related.
Not age related to किसी भी age में हो सकता है, later in the age.
Right.
And mostly it is diagnosed when patient comes with lot of bleeding during the periods or so. Or when she is married and she is not able to conceive, then we see where is then mapping of the fibroid is important.
Okay, fine.
Then we decide whether we should remove it or not.
Okay.
Because there is no medicine which is given, fibroid will disappear. It won't.
Oh, there is no way of it
But
disappearing.
there are some medicines.
Right.
If a person is having very large fibroid and surgery is little difficult. Nowadays, though, on laparoscopy or even in the past, we used to do open surgery. And I never learned laparoscopic surgery. So we used to remove big fibroids. And sometimes, when we open up, there are multiple fibroid.
Right.
I remember हम बोलते थे खेती निकल रही है, इतने सारे fibroids. So a removal of fibroid, if it is very large, sometimes some medicines are given pre-surgery time
to reduce the size.
To reduce the size so that it becomes little easier to do the surgery.
Okay. So it's not necessarily a red flag.
No, not
a red flag.
necessarily.
But
we tell the patient that if we
keep track
remove
of it, see if it
and
grows.
complete your family fast, because you never know it will
from
grow
that point
again.
of time. See, but tell me something. So we need to have regular gynecological
Examination.
checkups as soon as you start your menstrual cycle.
If there is any problem with them, normally
like
they don't
bleeding,
come.
pain, and because normally you would want to go to a doctor. I mean, most of us don't.
These days
but to tell you the truth, even considering that I had family history of cancer, and yes, I do force myself and do my children do, but nobody likes to get a pap smear. It's pretty uncomfortable.
See, but you have to explain to the person that, okay, little discomfort is there, but then it saves you for such a long time.
It's quite funny because sometimes, see, you're a doctor. So you guys become immune to, you're like lawyers, doctors, you become immune to, prison, jail, murder, death, whatever, cancer.
No, but then we have to explain. But
no, because
luckily,
when I was in London, and so the lady doctor who had to do a pap smear, and she looked at me squirm and she says that, you've had 2 children, na? So then why are you so uncomfortable? But it's different actually, it's very, it's a very...
You see, it is a thought.
I wish, I really wish that technology is such that they make pap smears a little easy for women. I mean, men don't have to have something inserted in their private part and, skin scraped out. It's very uncomfortable.
See, it is a lot of effort goes
but we
for
have
such
to do it.
patients.
But we have to do it. We have
such
to do
patients for us
because we are
to educate them and
No, we
tell
are
them.
educated about it. We will do it. I'm just
Even
grumbling.
I know. I mean, I have had patients before even examining. They became so difficult. Sometimes you have to need 2% to hold their legs.
Are you serious?
It's not just during the delivery.
It's so uncomfortable sometimes for a woman. But even I guess a mammogram is not very comfortable.
But nowadays the things are much easier.
How easier? They squash you.
But it is not so difficult.
But even I believe what gives me a little happiness is that they have a male version of mammogram. Isn't it?
No,
Where the
no.
scrotum is squashed. Is it or no?
वो तो होता है.
So at least you know what happens, because periods women get, childbirth a woman has to do,
अब वो तो-
everything a woman has to suffer. What does a man have to do?
We can't fight with भगवान.
No, but I'm
कि
just
क्यों
saying.
ऐसे बनाया? क्यों
That
ऐसे
is why
बनाया?
sometimes I feel like जब मैंने सुना कि वो आदमियों का भी वो मेल वर्जन ऑफ होता है, होता है
You
ना?
see, इस तरह से तो देखो कईयों को जस्ट एब्डोमेन देख फील करना होता है. अब you see when we feel that there is some cyst also, we try to. Some girls or some men also, if they have any problem, they don't allow.
They don't allow.
They just, I mean, हर तरह के लोग होते हैं ना. So the fear factor is there.
Fear factor. But so this is another thing I wanted to clarify. It is definitely not a myth that cancer is hereditary, genetic. Sorry.
Not always so, but there may be history is possible
Right.
for them to have. That's why these days the shift is there towards genetic testing.
Okay.
But those tests are very expensive.
But are they really?
No, so far I have not started
I mean,
believing them.
Is it if you read about the actress Angelina Jolie?
She went and got all her, both the breasts and ovaries
Right.
removed.
That was on the basis of some cancer mapping test.
Some genome
So is
test.
that true? Is it?
They are coming up. It's a science which is developing. But even the pathologists who do it, who are in this specialty, they say so far it is not a thing which can be utilized for everyone.
Wow. Okay.
अच्छा, और देखो ना प्रीति, एक और भी बात है. कभी किसी का जीनोम करा, उसमें पता चला कि है, पॉसिबिलिटी है. नाउ इट इज हाउ यू टेक इट.
Right.
कई बोलते हैं कि 50% पॉसिबिलिटी है तो मेरा तो सब कुछ निकाल दो. कई बोलते हैं कि भाई मैं तो हाथ भी नहीं, 50% मतलब ठीक भी हो सकता है
It's a
ना.
glass half empty, half full
Exactly,
concept.
that.
Yeah.
और कई बोलते हैं हम कराएंगे ही नहीं क्योंकि मेरे को किसी ने बोल भी दिया कि 20% है, 30% है तो दुख में मर जाऊंगा.
So that means it's a very,
not so far.
Right.
Maybe it has potential. Way back, I mean later, there may be something better. But not enough, and it depends a lot on the attitude of a person.
Okay. But last medical question before we move on to a little fun topic is, of course, we started from the teenagers and we went on to women, and now I want to talk about menopause. Because we have a lot of audience also who would like to hear a little bit about there's a big hue and cry about menopause and you know.
See, देखो, Preeti, you are so very young. I had nani, dadi. They never thought of menopause. Mother and all, they never thought. They used to take it as it comes. Nowadays, working woman, if the average age we take as 45 to 55.
Right.
But I have seen many
Younger
girls,
women.
38 menopause.
Wow.
And some people going on 55, 60 also.
Yeah.
I have had, even now there is a currently
Seriously?
60.
Yeah, that I know.
So only thing is that you have to be cautious with this extreme
Right.
patients,
Right.
how they do. But a girl comes, she's in a very high profile job.
Right.
And she's only 38 or maybe 40.
Right.
She says, I'm sitting in the meeting, suddenly I start sweating and become hot and all.
flashes, oh.
So they need some help. Sometimes we used to use the common ones and they respond very well. It is temporary phase. But some need hormone because this is transient hormone phase.
Okay.
So, but then if I am giving a hormone to a girl because she is in extreme phase, but we have to monitor because we are giving extra hormones to take care of normal phenomena. So we have to ensure that उसका estrogen, progesterone ज़्यादा तो प्रॉब्लम नहीं करेगा.
उसके साथ क्या कैंसर के चांसेस?
हाँ.
Okay.
Uterine cancer and
Okay. So
other
one has
things.
to be very careful with all that.
We have to monitor them much earlier. So this, use of hormones in some women who are having extreme hormonal changes and symptoms is required to doge.
But tell me something, is it true that when you menopause then it's aging also? I mean, I know we all have to age gracefully. And I understand that eventually we all have to, but these days everyone wants to delay aging as much as possible.
Yes.
So do a lot of people want hormone replacement therapy so that they can maintain their skin and hair and
See, 2-3 things are important. Skin and hair, we can take care. Then the most important thing is on the skeletal system. Bones and all. So osteoporosis हो जाता है. कईयों को देखो ना इतना कुब हो जाता है. So it depends on what is the thing like. Or the vaginal dryness with that problem with the sex.
Right.
And also problem with the urine thing also. Because frequency of urination.
Achha.
And those symptoms of
hormone
bladder
replacement is given to all of them.
To them, if need be, to be given. So we can't say we will not give hormones, but yes, if symptoms
but
are
do you
so
think,
severe.
Since you're attending so many of these, you're spending a lot of your time attending so many of these conferences you said online, and ever since COVID has happened, there's much more now. This whole has this thing of new conferences online and education and ongoing education for you. Is there a lot of research happening in hormone replacement therapy and how it can...
Lot of it. Because...
how can it benefit the woman? पहले तो सोच अलग होता
not
था.
only the woman, but the other structures also. Just as I told you, we used to advise very freely estrogen creams for local.
Okay. But now...
Now we try to be very cautious. We tell them. Now a lot of time goes on educating the girl why and how. And if I am giving you, then we must monitor.
Must monitor actually. This is what it is.
भूल जाते हैं ना.
वो तो obviously है. I mean, look at the way Ozempic is being used for weight loss. That's why it's shocking.
अभी देखो कैसे तो आज कुछ करते हैं कल कुछ होता है वो कहना बड़ा मुश्किल था.
causing था. Okay, so now let's go on a lighter topic because I think we've educated ourselves so much on the gynecological aspect right from when a girl is a teenager till when she is God knows when. But tell me this, so what is the best advice someone must have given you in your life?
No advice is to... we have to... my advice...
आपको किसने कोई अच्छा advice दिया?
कि just do whatever you are doing sincerely.
Who said it?
पर जो भी बोलते थे हमारे seniors सारे, because I am so much in touch with few who are still alive.
You have a very big alumni list, right?
Yeah.
And what about, what's the worst advice someone gave you?
नहीं कि कुछ भी नहीं करो छोड़ दो और बैठ जाओ, which is difficult.
Yeah, considering she's still working and you're...
नहीं अभी तो because you see I feel that a lot has changed. But simple thing like when we were trained, we were in a small group. AIIMS was the best place. So in small group, our professors used to make us talk to the patient, take history properly. आजकल कोई history नहीं लेता है.
फॉर्म भर लेते हो, पता नहीं
सारे फॉर्म्स पहले तो इन्वेस्टिगेशंस सारे तो इतने पैसे लगते हैं. So I feel this is
personally,
very
I'll tell you
unfair.
something, and you've been part of this journey. Both my parents had cancer and both passed away from cancer. And I just felt like, yes, it was diagnosed late for my mother. But फिर इतना सारा chemotherapy, इतना सारा torture किसी patient को करवाओ, you saw the way she suffered by the end of it. And I just find that, you know, see, as a normal person, I'm saying, we find that doctors become a bit immune to, and like you're saying, that tests, कौन इतना detail में जा रहा है?
History and physical examination
Right.
is important.
Right.
Not just ultrasound. They are very good modalities available to us. And in my professional life, I have seen that how these were introduced to us, and we started using them. Now we are just using them and not doing the basic thing.
Right, right.
But one thing, today longevity is more. People are living
Long,
for a
long.
long time.
Yeah.
So illnesses are there.
Self-love is
Now,
there.
when you go,
Self-care.
when a sick person goes, वो doctor feels कि there is need for ventilator. It is used. Now, doctor can't blindly say कि भाई फायदा नहीं है, पर अगर 4-5 family members होंगे, then they
Actually,
like
the
it to
person
be there,
has,
na? So personally, my view will be not to do any heroic things to save the person.
like
Beyond
that.
certain age.
Resuscitate.
Young person
resuscitate
के लिए ठीक है. Resuscitation to that extent.
is not suggested.
At least I'll tell you now. You are here with me.
Yeah.
कि I have written that full donation of
Right,
the
right,
body.
right, right.
And अजय संजय दोनों से साइन करवा कर फॉर्म रखा हुआ है.
Okay.
Because ये हीरोइक चीजें करना
फायदा नहीं होता.
फायदा नहीं होता.
No, but then I did not resuscitate my mother. I was very happy when
पर
she had to.
देखो,
when
she was
actually passed
suffering.
on, because what is the point of someone suffering to such a
Yeah.
great extent?
पर वो क्या होता है प्रीति, इट्स वेरी इजी टू से नाउ, बट उस टाइम क्या होता है, चाची ये वो बोलेगी क्यों नहीं करा. सो बेस्ट इज द इमीडिएट पर्सन्स, बिकॉज आई हैव सीन प्रॉब्लम्स. वो 4-5 जने खड़े हैं, एक सिस्टर बोलेगी नहीं करना है, एक नहीं करना है.
Yeah,
एक्सपेंस तो छोड़ो, पर टॉर्चर है.
torture.
Not only for the person who is suffering, but for the people who are seeing.
Yeah. Okay, so one last question. And I don't know even if you have an answer for this. So what is the advice you would give yourself 50 years ago?
50 years?
Yeah.
नहीं,
I mean, you did everything perfectly.
I think I did what was
Required. I mean,
required.
it's a satisfactory journey.
Unfortunate.
No, I just feel like, no, it's a life which is well lived. And it's a good example for so many people out there. Because if she could do it in her generation, and she was so resilient, and she brought up the children and balanced everything else. And I've seen her as a wife and a mother or whatever. And I think she'll do all the duties possible. In fact, sometimes I can just look at her and say, why? Why are you doing this? Which is quite irritating, because you can't be perfect and everything else, but you know, I see you do possess it, so it's a good life lived. So thank you so much for coming today, and
It was very nice.
I think we had a very
challenging.
knowledgeable conversation, which could have been helpful for a lot of age groups. Everyone who is young, who has young children, who's in middle age, who's going through various issues. It's not the end of the world. Just be updated, educate yourself. Not that I like to go to doctors myself, not that I like to have pap smears done, but since my mother did get cancer at the age of 58, I think she was 58, and she hid it from me, and you know,
That is my big regret.
yeah, she hid it from me, and by the time I came to know, because I saw just a fall in her activity levels, which she was hiding from me, it was stage 4 cancer. And it had spread to
even eyes. See,
eyes, I remember
doctor,
the brain, the you know, the bones, the everywhere. So, and it is very difficult because you can't do anything about it by that stage. It was very difficult, but she still hung on for 2 years. And I think it's my children who have seen that journey, and now my daughter especially is very particular that I get all my medical checkups done. And as icky as I find to do a pap smear, and as horrible as I find to get squashed and do a mammogram, I do it because we have to do it, and I have seen my mother suffer, and that is why I will, you know, just tell everybody else to not take this very lightly. if you have crossed the age of 40,
Yeah.
41, you have to get a breast checkup done and a pap smear done regularly. And if you have crossed 45, even more regularly. So with this, we end on a positive note.
Yeah.
I thank you very much for imparting your knowledge and sharing it with all of us here. Thank you so much.
It was very nice